One of the real hair-raising experiences in South American football, the Chilean national anthem, which is longer than the allotted time FIFA give for anthems. And so once the music stops, the fans go a cappella. One of the first times really the world got a chance to hear that was at the World Cup, just before Chile kicked off against Spain and ran amok against the Spaniards in that match. Here's the officiating crew led by the Argentine Nestor Pitana. Maidana and Pablo Velati will run the lines. And as mentioned, Pitana, the same referee from the reverse fixture back on match day 7 when Paraguay defeated Chile 2-1. And that sending off of Gary Medel late for insults to the referee. That cost Medel a 4-game ban. Meanwhile, to look at the starting 11, we'll look at Paraguay first with 6 changes from the World Cup qualifying loss to Brazil. Gustavo Gomez in for Verón. What could be a back 5. Miguel Zamudio, Jorge Moreira would be the wingbacks, replacing Bruno Valdez and Cecilio Dominguez. Cáceres takes over from Rodrigo Rojas in center mid. Oscar Romero replacing Hernan Perez on the wing. And Lucas Barrios gets the nod up top in place of Derlis Gonzalez. While for Chile, Pizzi makes the 2 changes in Marcelo Diaz back to anchor the midfield in place of Pablo Hernandez. Nicolás Castillo gets the nod up top at the expense of Esteban Paredes.
And over 3-4-3 for Paraguay. Andres Almiron and Romero providing the width in the attacking sector. Riveros, Cáceres, the 2 more defensive-minded central midfielders who will sit just in front of that back 3.
Here's Arturo Vidal. Often fills 2 or 3 different roles on the Chilean national team. He can be goal scorer, provider, and destroyer for La Roja. In fact, you wouldn't expect it, but he is with 6 goals in World Cup qualifying, tied with Alexis Sanchez for the team high for Chile. Well, Alexis Sanchez has been in the news if you've been following the transfer dealings. A move to Manchester City reportedly breaking down on deadline day. He is being honored. Priority kickoff for his reaching over the century mark in caps.
A lot of these players well over the century mark, and that's one of the things we have to watch out for. Where will Sanchez's head be at? All the transfer rumors swirling, staying put at Arsenal as of now. Not sure how happy he'll be, but he is coming off the best ever season of his career goal scoring wise. Did score 24 times in the Premier League for Arsenal in the last campaign. He was in really sparkling form. Obviously, it's some of the moments. Just remember him laughing on the sidelines when he was sitting down after a poor result from Arsenal. To see how much his head will be in it. Mostly his head always in it when Chile suit up.
One of his goals are in it is the hope for Juan Antonio Pizzi. It is a formidable attacking lineup of Eduardo Vargas and Alexis Sanchez on either wing. The big man Nicolás Castillo in the middle. Nestor Pitana gets us underway in Santiago, Chile in their traditional all-red, Paraguay in their road grays. The Paraguayans on the outside of the qualifying picture looking in, the Chileans just 1 point clear of the playoff spot. Alongside Mateo Bonetti, I'm Andres Cordero. Thanks for joining us for match day 15 on the road to Russia out of CONMEBOL. Quick ball forward from the Chileans. Does not reach its intended target. A throw for Paraguay in the early going. And some of the defenders for Chile also do have that long passing ability, and you'll see a lot of those runs being made in wide positions into green space, and in turn a lot of those long balls will come from the likes of Jara and Marcelo Diaz, who often drop back in between the 2 center backs. Well, Chile beat Venezuela after losing to Argentina in the last 2 rounds of World Cup qualifying. It's good enough now for 23 points, which has them level with 3rd place Uruguay. While Paraguay beat Ecuador and lost 3-0 to Brazil. That's good enough for 18 points after 14 games, which has them 4 points out of the Intercontinental playoff. Gonzalo Jara sends it forward, trying to settle his Castillo. Just has it touched away by the veteran De Silva.
He's strong physically, Castillo. He is the new player among a lot of veterans. It's only his 10th cap, 1 goal for his national side, and we'll be curious to see how he links up with the likes of Alexis and Edu Vargas, who love to cut inside, both of them inverted wingers.
Here's Jean Beausejour. Our players to watch are brought to you by Modelo. As Alexis Sanchez gets to focus on the Chilean side, Lucas Barrios, who leads the attack for Paraguay.
For Barrios, 10 goals for his nation, now playing with Grêmio in Brazil. Alexis Sanchez still with Arsenal, still scoring goals, 38 strikes on the national team.
And Samudio topples over Mauricio Isla. And the foul has gone Chile's way, a free kick for the South American champions. No major surprises in the Chile 11. It's Claudio Bravo in goal. Back four of Isla, Medel, Jara, and Beausejour. Diaz, Aranguis, and Vidal, the midfield trio. Vargas, Sanchez, and Castillo, the attacking trident. Swung in. Excellent first touch from Vargas, who trips.
And no appeal from the player. It's usually a telltale sign. Pitana in great position to see it as well.
Meanwhile, trying to get over the top of the defenses. Paraguay, that's settled by Gary Medel. There's Claudio Bravo, 116th cap. The Chilean captain.
Whether you agree with it or not a starter for his club side. Claudio Bravo, who's taken a backseat to Ederson at Manchester City.
Gonzalo Jara. Beausejour. It's Marcelo Diaz, who drops deepest of the 3 central midfielders for Chile. Once again over the top for Beausejour. Working against Oscar Romero.
And you'll see Marcelo Diaz dropping back when both Isla and Beausejour push up the flanks. Andres almost plays that third center back, but very good with the ball at his feet. Lovely vision.
Corner kick for Chile, their first corner of the match. An edge of the 6. The defensive header gets it out of danger. Sent back by Diaz. Roll over the crossbar. Quite a few of the Chilean internationals have made their way over to Mexican soccer. Marcelo Diaz among them, playing for Pumas, where he's a teammate of today's starting center forward for Chile, Nicolás Castillo. Also have Edu Vargas now at Tigres after 2 seasons at Hoffenheim. Over the head of Isla. It's controlled by Almirón, the Atlanta United player. Last touch by Medel. It's a throw for Paraguay. Decent ball forward by Almirón. They're appealing for a handball against Mauricio Isla. Pitana has not spotted it. Castillo puts the ball straight back to the Guarani side. Here's Barrios. Jorge Moreira. Check to the wide portion of the area. It's misjudged by Samudio.
Lost his footing more than anything. They're showing Paraguay that they are willing to send players forward when they do have the ball. Both the wingbacks getting up and adding the width, allowing both those players, Romero and Almirón, to tuck inside. That's what Lucas Barrios can do. You're going to see Paraguay play off of him. The big man does have soft feet as well. He is good at inviting those diagonal runs towards him and linking up.
Vidal for Medel. Gonzalo Jara, one of the domestic-based players for Chile, still plays his football for UD Chile. Jorge Sampaoli's old club, the former Chilean manager. Here's Marcelo Diaz. Plenty of experience in the elite level of European football as well. He used to play for Celta Vigo in Spain. Alexis. Splitting pass. It nearly made its way to Aranguis.
And that's one of the things we've seen with Alexis. Drops a lot deeper than he does at club level for his national side.
That's wonderful control from Romero. Gets it forward.
Brilliant.
Claudio Bravo flying to the rescue for Chile.
So quick off of his line, and he had to be.
One back by Romero. Miron in the middle. Cáceres who drops it back.
And the signature high press when Chile don't have the ball. Look at how quickly they limit the spaces for Paraguay.
Cáceres. Not the most accurate ball forward. Gonzalo Jara able to win it back for Chile through Beausejour. Isla. Vargas. Medel. Chile do have the highest possession numbers of any of the 10 teams in South America's World Cup qualifying process. Average over 62% possession. So they will be patient to reset possession through the center backs. Medel and Jara. This time it's Romero drawing the foul. Free kick for Paraguay. Hasn't had as much playing time as he would have liked at Milan. Gustavo Gomez, and playing time maybe more difficult to come by for the Rossoneri this season. He gets to start for Paraguay today. Samudio tripped up by Isla.
Well, that center-back tandem certainly has not been one of the weaknesses for Paraguay. De Silva and Gomez have really learned to understand one another's intricacies. 37-year-old Silva and 24-year-old Gustavo Gomez, as you mentioned, only 11 starts all of last season with Milan. Didn't see much regular playing time. Has though with the Paraguayan national team.
Last touch by Isla. He's putting pressure on Junior Alonso. Long delivery in for Lucas Barrios. It's acrobatically cleared by Medel. Diaz quickly forward for Castillo. Now it's Edu Vargas off to the races. It's Vargas against the world, waiting for help to arrive. In for Castillo. It's a nicely weighted ball. And Castillo is muscled off the line.
Gustavo Gomez there just extended the forearm a little bit to nudge Castillo off of his run. That's the way Chile are going to play with Castillo. They can use him as a target man as well. He's decent in the air. It's something we haven't said with Chilean forwards in the past. During all their success, Andres, Chile never really used an out-and-out striker, did they? Certainly never had a target man to speak of. Always like to play the ball on the ground, play the false nine look.
Here's Vargas. His attempted pass blocked. Now Almiron back the other way. Looking against Vargas. Chipped into the middle. Samudio. He chests it down for Barrios. And Beausejour puts out the fire. Corner kick.
Something you notice with Almiron, the pace when he has the ball. And if you followed MLS, you've seen some of his dazzling displays with the ball at his feet and long-distance shooting as well. That was a beautiful setup. Just that little chip ball had plenty of options making their way into the box.
Minutes in, Paraguay corner. Delivered back post. Almiron swings and misses. Trying to find his bearings is Aranguis. He's tripped up by Victor Cáceres.
See, there are Paraguay players when they take the corner being shielded by an umbrella just to protect them from loose projectiles.
Well, at this stage in the game, it was already 2-0 Paraguay when the two met in the reverse fixture back on match day 7 in Asunción. Two early goals from Oscar Romero and Paulo de Silva had them up 2-0 after just 9 minutes.
Return ball was needed there.
Almiron getting himself into some trouble.
And the first touch really evaded Almiron. That Jorge Moreira streaking down the right side, just needed to play that ball back to him.
Long diagonal switch from Samudio. Beausejour gets a touch to deny Romero. Oh, he asked at the top of the broadcast whether it would be a back five. Looks to be a back four with Samudio taking part in Paraguay's midfield. Moreira is through, but a foul whistled against the Paraguayan.
Great help there from Alexis Sanchez, helping out Bocejot. Who had to cover Romero.
Vargas. Poor pass by Jara is giving the ball away to Romero. It's 3 against 4. Romero will take it himself. It was from about that distance that he scored back in Asunción. No luck this time. Second corner kick for Paraguay.
Sometimes the height from the opposition has troubled this very short Chilean national team. 5'7" and 5'9" center back tandem. Barrios is way bigger.
Delivered to the edge of the 6. It's Medel who nods it out of danger. Throw in for Paraguay. And Junior Alonso will look to drop this ball inside of the area. Perhaps not. Here's Samudio. Catapulted into the 18. Out of the way by Bocejot. Collected by Alexis Sanchez. Chile trying to turn defense into attack. Here's Moreira to put out the fire.
Now, so far, Castillo's been quite wasteful with the few balls that he has seen. He's given almost every single one of them away.
Sprung forward, tripped up awkwardly. Was Samudio?
Andres, in this Chilean system, so important that the striker's able to play with the ball at his feet and able to just keep that play ticking. And so far, Castillo just been a bit nervy in possession.
Perhaps a bit of a nervous start for Chile as well. Struggling to maintain possession in the opponent's half. Here's Aranguis. Vargas. Alexis currently in a deep central area, and he's spotted Alexis Sanchez. Held out by the whistle as a free kick. Awarded the foul on Victor Cáceres. Perhaps losing his balance, but there was contact up top from Cáceres. Attempted pass from Vargas, deflected back to Medel.
Just because of the standings, it's not a case of Paraguay just being able to sit deep like they would if this was one of the first matches of the qualification stage, but they are desperate for points.
Alexis Sanchez toying with the Paraguayan midfield.
Again, receiving the ball from a very deep position, Sanchez.
Here's Alexis. Has Aranguis, instead leans on Vargas. Alexis chipped into the 18. Paulo de Silva's there. Controlled by Lucas Barrios. And did he handle it? Quickly restarted by Chile. Aranguis. He's tripped up by Barrios, and now a free kick for La Roja. Deflected on its way through, looking for Arturo Vidal. Just down by Riveros, but under pressure from Isla. Does well to get it forward, but there's no one there for Paraguay.
Saw the 2 quick fouls in succession from Barrios. He'll have some good memories playing in Chile. It's where he made a name for himself with Colo-Colo. Having the best season of his career, ultimately getting him a move to Europe, where he represented quite a few teams. Borussia Dortmund, one of the biggest.
It's also where he put on a show against Argentina during the Copa America. Argentine-born Paraguayan international scoring against the Albiceleste in La Serena. Quarter of an hour gone. Chile 0, Paraguay 0. And because Uruguay and Argentina have yet to kick off, the point apiece has moved Chile up until 3rd place on the live CONMEBOL table. Here's Alexis. Castillo appeals for an offside. The ball delivered to the back post. Isla was making the run, and it's Arturo Vidal who finds it. Just hopping over it was Isla.
Alexis was screaming for the ball a lot earlier than that. It was Sanchez's incisive passing, which even gave a chance to Chile. They were in the final third. Just mishit by Castillo, trying to switch flanks on the cross.
Vidal. Medel. Alexis Sanchez. Too much of the ball. That time to Christian Riveros. Lobbed forward by Moreira. This is Oscar Romero. Moreira, awkward angle, ball squared back across the grain and picked up by Isla. Jara. And to play the ball out of the back, playing with fire as Romero was there, but now they have numbers forward, Chile. Aranguis. Dispossessed by Christian Riveros.
Good pace and great work by Jara. Wins the ball back, and see his lovely passing ability when he is in possession from deep. Little outside of the boot pass to try to release that counter.
Wonderful control from Aranguis under pressure. Vargas into stride for Isla. Back to Aranguis at the edge of the area, leaves it for Alexis. Isla continues his run and catches the upright. It would not have counted. The offside flag was up.
Well, Isla just morphs into a different player with the national team, doesn't he? He has so much license to get forward and make these runs. He's clearly offside as Alexis sent him clean through. And you will get so much going forward from Isla, who had to basically change his position on just at the club level. We've seen him more as a deep-lying playmaker and a central midfielder than a right back in the last few seasons. But always maintaining that position with the Chilean national team, the position he knows best.
Bravo. He's dangerously touching that ball in front of Almiron.
Doing a little showcase there for Pep, saying, yeah, I can play with the ball at my feet.
The showcase was the diving clearance just about 4 minutes in. Cáceres. Romero. Gomez to De Silva. So the four along the back are Gomez and De Silva in the middle. Junior Alonso at left back. Jorge Moreira at right back. And Samudio is playing at left mid. Opposite Oscar Romero. Cáceres and Riveros in the middle. It's Lucas Barrios who leads the attack. It's one back by Diaz. Here's Aranguis with acres of space. An early pass, well anticipated by Moreira. Romero. Romero from distance, trying to test Bravo. That's twice now.
Wasted attempt, lovely mazy run here from Romero. Ball glued to his feet, but just didn't really feel he had a good option.
Oh, it is a final over in San Cristobal. It's Venezuela 0, Colombia 0 as the Cafeteros are held by the Vino Tinto. It does leave Colombia for now in second place with 25 points, which is one more than Chile do, or Chile have on the live table. Running in the wrong direction. It was last touched by Paraguay, and so a throw in for Chile. Venezuela, who again were already eliminated, really had nothing but pride to play for. They get a point off of Colombia. Vidal. And the instructions from Pizzi to advance. Route 1 approach looking for Alexis Sanchez. Looking against Moreira. Delivered back for Vidal. Aranguis. Set of the boot to find Vargas. Oh, somehow finds Isla. Edu Vargas. Isla. Back to Vargas inside of the area. Has options. Trying to find Aranguis.
It's more like it from Chile, drawing triangles all over the pitch. Understanding of one another is absolutely brilliant. Just not able to get that final shot to really test Anthony Silva.
Crossed into the penalty spot. Arturo Vidal Seemed to be muscled off of his flight path.
He's probably their best aerial threat, Vidal, when he does join the attack, which is quite often.
Vargas. Aranguis. Had to leave it for Vargas. It was Victor Cáceres who pounced on the loose ball. Barrios tried to squeeze it through, give it away to Marcelo Diaz. Alexis. Played forward for Bonsejour. It's Gustavo Gomez who cleans up. Just over 20 minutes played. Not a ton of chances, but good intensity to this one in Santiago. Alexis, past Romero. And to lay it off for Bonsejour. This is Oscar Romero. Blasted forward. Barrios was offside.
And how often will Paraguay just get frustrated by this pressure and look for the long ball? Trying to spring Barrios through.
Alexis trying to bring it down under pressure from Moreira. And it's Sanchez who gets whistled for the foul.
Just seemed to be a step offside. It's very close. Sanchez there playing just in line with Castillo. We have seen him pop up everywhere. Sometimes he receives the ball and he's the deepest midfielder. And other times leading the line right alongside more natural striker in Castillo.
Headed away by Jara. Strong from Arturo Vidal. He's last to touch it. A Paraguayan player down. Vidal's taking exception to the challenge. Pushes Victor Cáceres, and he'll have to be careful. He did that right in front of Pitana. Pitana left Chile down a man in the reverse fixture when he sent off Gary Medel late. That was in stoppage time. There's a lot of game left in this one. And Arturo Vidal testing the patience of the referee. All fine between Cáceres and Vidal. So it's Moreira who catches Arturo Vidal.
That's what he's complaining about, Vidal. The studs inadvertently from Moreira. There was no harm in this. Goes for the ball, but he gets plenty of Vidal's ankle. Fortunately, it doesn't lead to anything serious at all for Vidal, who just gets right up. That's what he was complaining about.
Meanwhile, it's a free kick for Paraguay, and Oscar Romero set to deliver. The Alaves midfielder. Fight it in toward the penalty spot. Arturo Vidal has put it in his own net. Unbelievable opener for Paraguay. An own goal. And after 25 minutes, it's the Guarani side in front.
It's an absolutely shocking sequence. Lovely ball, though, from Romero. It was floating and floating. Claudio Bravo didn't come out. Really tremendous set piece, asking a defender to get a clearance onto it. And Vidal gets all of his angles wrong. He didn't even really have a Paraguayan alongside him. And right there, would have been a sensational header the other way.
Top corner.
So he's just trying to get this one above the crossbar and certainly away, and just nudges it into the top corner. It's really surprising from a player of the quality and experience of Vidal. Not often you see that. And certainly not from Arturo Vidal. Well then, now Paraguay can sit back.
Here's Gonzalo Jara. This has given Paraguay new life in their hopes of qualifying for Russia 2018. Not exactly how Chiqui Arce drew it up. He'll take it all the same.
Still, that ball from Romero really asking a lot of questions. Wasn't close enough to Bravo where he was going to come out to meet it.
Medel. Diaz. No pressure from Almiron. Now Aranguis. And so that drops Chile down to 4th. Still just above Argentina. Here's Bonsejour. It's a good square ball for Alexis Sanchez, looking to level. Threaded through for Castillo. Takes a tumble in the box. Get up, says Pitana.
Didn't seem like anything in it. Just a hard challenge from behind by the very experienced De Silva. Knocks Castillo off balance.
Well, over at Montevideo, the Estadio Centenario, where Uruguay and Argentina kicking off that match live over on our Spanish channel. Is Argentina just behind Chile on the table, while the Uruguayans currently in third place. Miraculously, Luis Suarez recovered for that one. A few days ahead of schedule. Got it into the middle by Almiron. De Silva. And he had to react quickly. Had Castillo with a lot of daylight in front. Chile have won each of their last 4 World Cup qualifiers on home soil. They scored at least 2 goals in each of those, beating Venezuela, Uruguay, and Bolivia with 3 goals for the Chileans, and a 2-1 win over Peru back in October. In fact, it was Argentina, the last team to take anything from here in World Cup qualifying. That was back in March of 2016. Vidal. Strong cross to the edge of the area. It's collected by Silva. How about that? Bosajor, the left back, was the intended target on that cross from Arturo
So
Vidal.
many times either Isla or Bosajor make that diagonal run into the box and essentially play as wingers for Chile. That is the license they've been given to roam forward.
The Cerro Porteño goalkeeper Anthony Silva, slow to get up. Approaching the half-hour mark, there's a lot of football ahead, but already you get the sense Paraguay will try and milk the clock as much as they can with the result in their favor.
Absolutely. Now they get to play a rather preferred style of football, a lot more defensive. They can close themselves up a bit and just pray for the 1-0. It would be an absolutely golden 3 points for Paraguay, but as you mentioned, still so much time. Another look at that header. It really is inexplicable from Vidal, who had to get one. He didn't really know who was behind him, if Gustavo Gomez was attacking that ball. It was a touch he had to make.
Here's Claudio Bravo having a chat about the communication with Arturo Vidal.
Still, it was a ball that Vidal had to get a touch on, as Claudio Bravo did not come out of his position.
I just wonder whether Vidal was screaming for Vidal, whether Bravo was screaming for Vidal to let it through. In any case, those two working out the communications while Silva working his way back toward getting this match underway. Welcome back, Francisco Arce. Second stint as Paraguay head coach. There's Almiron against Medel. Gonzalo Jara. Aranguis. Isla. Vargas. Isla. As Vargas short, instead leans on Aranguis. Alexis. Sanchez working against Cáceres. Aranguis. Diaz, who gets it in for Jara. Arturo Vidal with his back to goal. Sprayed wide for Alexis Sanchez. Poor touch by the Arsenal man. And Zamudio picks his pocket. Almiron making the run forward. There's Almiron against Medel, trying to squeeze it through between Marcelo Diaz and Gary Medel.
I wonder if Almiron would rather be making these runs down the middle and out wide. Does have a lethal shot from distance if he can find the room and space.
last couple of appearances for Paraguay, Almirón lined up as a second striker or attacking midfielder in the center, behind Luis Gonzalez, the lone center forward. Today, he's tasked with giving a bit of width opposite Oscar Romero. Swung in by Romero, it's all over the top by Cáceres.
Again, this is the main weakness for Chile, defending aerial balls like that, and Cáceres soaring above everyone else at the near post. Plenty of options there for Paraguay. Still would have been a narrow angle.
Long ball catapulted forward by Vidal, won't reach Bolsajor. Well, Mateo, you mentioned the lack of goals in World Cup qualifying for Paraguay. Just 13 and 14 matches coming into today. One possible fix, just had the opponent score the first.
Yeah.
Paraguay, the only side among the 10 South American nations that averages less than 10 shots per game. Short circuits as they were looking for Arturo Vidal. Isla trying to keep it in place, kept it in for Diaz. Alexis. Routed quickly by Paraguayan defenders, but a foul has gone Chile's way. Free kick for La Roja. First touch from Alexis this time. Quickly surrounded by gray shirts. Pintana will force a restart. Diaz to deliver. Toward the penalty spot. There's a lot of Paraguayan defenders in that area. Isla. Sanchez. Forward for Vargas, who stayed on side. It's a corner kick for Chile. Making short with Aranguiz. Sanchez. Quickly in for Isla. Pocket of space opening up for Aranguiz and quickly closed down. Alexis Sanchez. Well, they're appealing for a handball, and it has been given just outside the area.
And the play before that, great defending from Romero, sacrificing his body to dispossess the Chilean player. Let's take a look. Was it outside the box? Absolutely. Barrios knew exactly what he was doing, raising both arms. Clear handball. Clearly outside the box.
So just over 10 minutes to play in the opening stanza. Chile 0, Paraguay 1 on the own goal by Arturo Vidal, 25 minutes in. 2 on the wall for Anthony Silva. And it's Alexis Sanchez measuring up. Chipped in by Sanchez, knotted away by Barrios. Isla. Alexis in for Aranguiz, a crowded 18. Square ball off of the Silva. Another corner kick for La Roja.
And that pullback, there was 2 options there for Chile. Just inside the box, ready to take that shot first time. The deflection not occurred.
Quickly there. Fourth corner kick, their second for Chile. Slotted away once again by Barrios at the near post. Jara. Screen forward. Slips as he tried to get it away. Cáceres gives it away to Alexis. Back post delivery. There's Castillo, the intended target. Throw in for Chile. Bolsajor quickly puts it in. Jara. Well, they've wrestled back control of the match since the goal. Chile, but not really testing Anthony Silva's goal.
Oh, and as expected after that first goal, Paraguay just happy to sit back with all those defenders, and if they can force everything out wide and just allow Chile to cross the ball in, they will fancy that matchup. Significant height advantage for Paraguay on those aerial balls into the box.
Gonzalo Jara. Medel. Bangs it wide for Alexis Sanchez. Aranguis. Get a second bite at Aranguis. It's Alexis fighting for possession. Diaz who wins it back. Vargas. Sent wide for Isla. Squared in for Alexis. Into space for Mauricio Isla. It was a good ball from Isla. He was trying to find Jean Balsejor in the area.
That's excellent again. The way that Isla and Sanchez combine. Isla is always continuing that run diagonally into the box.
Third corner for Chile. It's Diaz. It's always rising. Almost cleared those barricades behind the goal.
That would have been spectacular as well. Paraguay thought they had everyone covered, but Diaz with acres of room to take that volley first time, but difficult as he caught it just on the hop. Would have been a sensational skill for him to keep that one low and below the crossbar.
It's a lovely stadium, the Estadio Municipal. It's smaller than the Estadio Nacional, but pitch seems to be just a little dipped in, so the fans right on top of the action on either side and not too far away from the pitch. Diaz. Alexis. Under pressure. Use Paraguay win it back. Throw in for Chile. Mentioned Paraguay, the only side that averaged less than 10 shots. Well, they're out shooting Chile 3-1 so far. Neither side has a shot on target. Barrios. It's well done by Almiron to come away with possession. And his path onto a stop by Vidal. Did cross the line. It will be a throw in for Chile. Throw in for Paraguay is up. Medel not able to get there in time. Dropped in for Barrios. Cáceres sent forward over Gary Medel. It's Zamudio, the square ball in. Jara deals with the danger. Throw in from virtually the same spot for Paraguay. .75% possession for Chile. Just 2 shots. Neither one has troubled Anthony Silva. Long throw into the edge of the 6. It's picked up by Claudio Bravo, just hopping over Oscar Romero. Alexis using his body so well before the ball arrives. Last touch by Christian Riveros. Chile throw. Swung in for Castillo. De Silva gets it away. Given back to Isla, combining with Aranguis. Alexis. Knocked out of the sky by Junior Alonso. Throwing for Chile, who have kept up the pressure. Alexis. Vargas. Past the challenge, it's Vargas! Carried wide by Silva, collected by Isla. Sanchez. Dummied through, Vargas has another crack. Cáceres gets in the way of this. Balsejor.
2 great cracks there from Vargas, but stung with too much power. You saw Silva not able to control them. Just had to parry them in front.
Moreira showing too much of the ball to Vargas, who wins it back for Chile. Monopolizing possession, but they need to do something with it. Vidal. Alexis. Isla does sneak it in, plucked out of the air by Anthony Silva.
Again, those runs just in behind by Isla, really terrorizing Junior Alonso. Isla keeps getting position, and figure that sooner or later one of these low crosses is going to cause a lot more damage to Paraguay.
Now it's Club America man Miguel Zamudio, who is down and slow to get up. Stick around as the Ford halftime show is coming up. And take a look around World Cup qualifying in CONMEBOL. One game has gone final as Venezuela and Colombia playing to a 0-0 draw in Venezuela. While Uruguay and Argentina do battle in Montevideo. Our focus right here on Santiago, Chile. You get the sense that Paraguay would like to slow the pace of the game down.
There's that stinging shot. It's central in the end. Silva had that near post covered well. Just took a bit of a swerve there at the end. Silva not able to hold on to it. Gave Chile a second chance.
Diaz. Vargas. Working against Romero. Jara. Alexis Sanchez dropping into the defensive half to collect. Trying to pull the strings from the midfield, Alexis. Beausejour. Squeeze it through for Vargas. Not on the same page as Aranguis. Barrios. Barrios just getting away from Medel. Playing down the line for Almiron. And it's poked away by Gary Medel. Last-ditch defending from the pitbull. Now Diaz back the other way. And again, it's Alexis who wants to be the field general. Sanchez. Mid forward for Castillo. The pressure from Zamudio.
Really struggled to get involved. Castillo just haven't been able to find him. His touches have been a bit off, the way he controls the ball.
There's Aranguis. As Castillo takes a tumble. The backside of this Silva. And it's a kind bounce for Paraguay. Barrios. Blasted forward, but Bravo always going to come out to meet that. Vidal. Blasted forward, Moreira. Offside flag is up against Romero. Isla. Vargas. Esteban Aranguis controls. Shifted to the middle for Alexis Sanchez. Knocked down expertly by Alexis, and it's De Silva who gets it away. One back by Diaz. Aranguis.
Again, this low block from Paraguay really struggling.
And now Almiron back the other way. 2 against 2 with Barrios in support. It's Almiron against Medel. Jara just gets it away in time. Also gives it away. Romero. Cáceres. Junior Alonso. Combines with Almiron. Rare spell of possession for Paraguay. Straightforward, straight line speed from the Guarani up till now.
And they'll be confident hitting out on the counter, both with Romero and especially the pace of Almiron. But that low block really troubling Chile. They haven't been able to get a clear chance inside the box. All their shots have come from distance, none to really trouble Silva.
Well, we've reached the 45 minutes of regulation. 2 minutes added on. We'll play until the end of the 47th. Vidal into stride for Beausejour, working against Romero. Alexis. Got his dancing shoes, Alexis. Moreira in no mood to dance. Diaz. This is Vargas. Aranguis. It's Vargas combining with Aranguis into the area. A crowded 18. Isla. Junior being picked up by Silva at the near post with plenty of red shirts waiting to pounce. Castillo closest to it.
And it was Isla just looked up. He saw Castillo making the run towards the near post, just trying to squeeze it in. A good shot from Anthony Silva, throwing himself in the way, gathering it before Castillo could get a touch. And Paraguay showing their competence defensively.
Medel. Excellent ball forward by Gary Medel to Balsajor, quickly in, trying to change it to the back post as Silva's there to deny Castillo. Corner kick for Chile.
Interception he had to make to Silva. Difficult ball there from Balsajor to try to swing it around the two center backs. He got it past Gomez, but Silva in a great position.
Taken near post. It's Lucas Barrios. It's really commanding the air on these corner kicks. Lucas Barrios at the near post. Taken short this time with Vidal. It's Alexis. Guess who? It was Barrios who got it away. And that will do it for a frenetic, exhilarating opening half in Santiago. It's Chile 0, Paraguay 1. The own goal by Arturo Vidal in the 25th minute.
Chile unfortunate to get that own goal, really changed the tide of the game as Paraguay able to sit back and hope for that 1-0 advantage.
Stick around, it's the Ford halftime report up next. Chile 0, Paraguay 1 at the break.
We don't just want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live. With DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York. Jets in LA. Bears in New Orleans. Or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Sailing away on the crest of a wave, it's like magic. All rolling and riding and sleeping and sliding, it's magic.
Introducing the all-new Volkswagen Tiguan, the new king of the concrete jungle.
Barrel-aged Kentucky bourbon. Is there anything more American? Yep. New bourbon barbecue sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meats.
BN Sports, home of the 2018 World Cup qualifier. Brazil, Ecuador. Today on BN Sports and BN Sports Connect.
Sexy chocolate. You want this, Lee?
Happy, 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 happy. 5th anniversary BN Sports. 5 happies. Magisterial.
This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
We are one, united, one nation, one team. Let's all rise. Honduras versus USA on BN Sports and BN Sports Connect. The Express Halftime Show is presented by Ford. The new Ford Fusion 2017.
Welcome into your Express halftime show, brought to you by Ford, and it's been a bit of an upset for Chile in the first half of this one. An own goal from Arturo Vidal. Gary, we do always say expect the unexpected in these CONMEBOL qualifiers.
If you're Claudio Bravo, you don't expect that, because it's one of the best header goals I've ever seen. Come on.
Let's get you that goal and give you a look at it. Alexis Sanchez there coming onto the pitch for Chile. OK, it's the 24th minute, and it's a set piece from Paraguay. Arturo Vidal, and you have to say it's a golazo of an own goal.
It is. It's one of the best I have ever seen. He's marking Gustavo Gomez, and Gomez just gives him a little bit of a push and he's off balance, but he keeps going. He feels that he has to make a contact, and it's a bad one.
Paraguay get a chance here from another set piece to double the lead. This is Victor Cáceres in the 32nd minute.
He does great, Cáceres. I'm just wondering if he couldn't flick that on, because it's a very tight angle to score from.
And then Chile have been trying to get that equaliser. We've seen closing out the half here. Chance from range here from Eduardo Vargas, but Anthony Silva does enough to clear the danger.
He does, Kay. He pushes the ball away to the side where it can't be much of a problem. Have a look. The ball's at him. He knocks it away, out of harm's way, and all's good.
It is all to play for in the second half. Captain Claudio Bravo did say it would be a difficult rival, and they were in a situation where they could not lose points, especially at home. As it stands, it is Chile 0, Paraguay 1. We'll have more reaction coming up after the break.
Get up and get down at Cricket Wireless with the Cricket Unlimited 2 plan. 2 lines of unlimited data for $80 a month. Plus, get 2 smartphones free when you switch. All on a network that covers over 99% of Americans. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other. Until I looked at you. And then it took me by surprise. I knew that you felt.
Todos manejamos, pero algunos aún disfrutamos hacerlo.
So your new prescription does have a few side effects.
Oh, like what?
You're gonna have dizziness, nausea, and sweaty eyelids, and in severe cases, chronic flatulence.
No.
So gassy, girl.
So gassy. If you're Boys to Men, you make anything sound good. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Next.
Next.
Trying to survive winter on summer tires is not smart. Fortunately, there's TireRack.com. Right now, you can get up to an $80 prepaid MasterCard when you buy a set of 4 select winter or snow tires. For details, go to TireRack.com. Be smart this winter. You'll be glad you were. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install. Smarter.
Get up and get down at Cricket Wireless with the Cricket Unlimited 2 plan. 2 lines of unlimited data for $80 a month. Plus, get 2 smartphones free when you switch. All on a network that covers over 99% of Americans. Cricket Wireless, something to smile